Hi, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, December 6th, 2015 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is, my consciousness expands through I don't know. And yesterday we had our Revolution Evolution, and today we have Revelation Evolution. After Uranus Day, we always have a Mercury Day to kind of process the triggers, process what went on, so that we can, make any shifts that are necessary in our consciousness. And I want to remind you, I feel like the power of the spirit of I don't know really lends to you the ability to explore, because it's like, hey, I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to go deeper into whatever shows up. And I think that energy is going to be really powerful today. We actually have, a big amount of 14 degrees going on, which is about 5 Mercury. We have the Sun at 14 degrees, we have Mars at 14 degrees, and we have Pluto at 14 degrees. So some big energy is coming through this 14 degree energy. So the Sun is going to connect to Mars. So the Sun, Sagittarius, the explorer, is connecting to that Mars energy of passion and action. So we're going to have that desire to follow through and be actionable on things that, turn us on, excite us, bring us into like our soul purpose. Because that's what I believe that our desires and passions are really helping us tune into, is our soul purpose. But meanwhile, while they're connecting, Mars is also squaring Pluto in Capricorn. And Pluto is the planet of transformation. But Capricorn is like structure, it's society. And I feel like so many of us have seen, like, your passions don't harmonize with society, they don't fit in, they don't blend, you shouldn't be an astrologer, energy worker, what's that? That kind of stuff. We come against that all the time. And I feel like what's happened in like many of our lives is like you come against those closed doors, and it kind of like wounds your soul. You're like, oh, I'm just honoring myself, but okay, I won't. And we let those closed doors be a stopping point instead of a redirection from spirit. So today we might find that resistance. You may find some of that stuff coming up from those places where you've stopped yourself from honoring that passion within yourself, honoring that soul desire within yourself. And that may come up, and it could bring anger. I know the times dance for me. Dance was my first love, first big love, and still is such a passionate love desire for me. And I came up against some of those doors, and I stopped. I dropped it like it was hot, even though it was the thing that I loved the most. And, to be fair, I feel like the world is always working out for us. It gave me more time to dive into this whole world and everything. And it still feeds into this world. But that place where you drop those desires, that part that inspires your soul, I feel like when we drop those things, anger, pain, suffering is born within you. And so we need to look at those things and don't let the resistance of the world stop you from pursuing your desires. And this doesn't mean doing this against somebody. If somebody says no, if your desire is for another person and they say no, this doesn't mean keep pursuing that. This has to do with you and your path, not anybody else's interaction in your path. So those boundaries still apply, but it's time to look at those places where the resistance of the world has come up and find another way to still be actionable and integrity with your soul, with your truth, with your harmonic path that you are on for yourself. The Sun is lighting up your Mars and saying go for it. Don't let the pressure of society, which is changing, stop you from being true to yourself. And I want to remind you something too. Like, I feel like our ego is very tied into society's ego. And my teacher used to say, your ego would have you die before it would let you be wrong, or let you show up, in a way that doesn't fit in. Like, your ego wants to protect you, keep you safe. And while that may be valiant in some respects, you need to respect your soul and that soul path purpose that you're here for. And that being said, you may not know. You may have had so many doors closed on you that you really do have to explore the idea of I don't know. Well, I don't know what my passion is anymore. I've forgotten. That's where that exploration takes place. Just take something that you're inspired by. I'm inspired by paint. I'm inspired by color. Okay, I'm gonna follow that trail. I'm gonna get myself a paintbrush. I don't care what it looks like. I'm just gonna follow this passion and see what kind of doors it opens for me. Let your passion open some new doors for you. Besides this amazing, crazy connection that's happening, we have the moon connecting to Uranus and the moon connecting to Mercury. So the moon is definitely like, ooh, connections, connections, connections. Now this could be great for connecting with friends, having deep conversations about this stuff, which can always be enlightening and helpful. This also can be just great for just jotting down, you know, Mercury and Uranus stuff, jotting down those ideas, jotting down the mental stuff, jotting down like the I don't know, what does the universe want to tell me, automatic writing kind of thing. There's so many possibilities in this if you open to your consciousness and just be like, okay, universe, I'm ready to learn. I think there's something I want to mention with this too, is also take a look at your consciousness today and see what space is it coming from. Is it coming from a place of fear-based consciousness, or are you coming from a love-based consciousness? I mean, I think that's pretty simple to look at, but there's a lot of fear right now, and it's, you know, feeding into us. I'm not even immune to it. I'm such an optimist. I'm so love-based, but I'm not even immune to it. So, you know, take a step back and, like, clear yourself from that and remind yourself who you are. You are love. You are taken care of. The universe has your back. There's no reason to slip into fear. We slip into power when we go back into the love-based way. And speaking of love, I think this is tying into Venus, which is newly in Scorpio. Venus has shifted to 1 degree Scorpio. And, you know, we can look at our skeletons in our closet, the darkness, the parts of ourselves that have been suppressed, the part of our passions, desires that have been suppressed, and look at them with fear. Or we can honor those parts of ourselves, love our darkness, bring intimacy to ourselves by being truthful with and of ourselves about our shortcomings, the times where maybe we didn't feel like we stood up with integrity. Don't hide it. That stuff comes out with a vengeance at another point. Embrace those parts of yourself. Be willing to look at those parts of yourself. Be intimate with yourself. And then maybe share it with the people who you do trust in your life, who have proven that they can stand up and be present with you over and over and over again and let you be you in your process. I think we all need those friends. I'm really lucky to have a few of them, and I'm really grateful that they allow me my process. I think that's just so important. So, speaking of that, let's look at these cards. Morality. I feel like this, for so many of us, has stopped those passions, those desires. I can't tell you how many people on my Facebook feed are becoming like tantric coaches and takinis and amazing goddesses embracing all parts of themselves. And, you know, it was about unwinding this, because for a long time, morality kind of got in the way of really honoring that part of our beingness. And let's see, I'm just trying to put these cards together. They make sense in my head, but the words, getting the words out. Experiencing. Experience what's going on. Do not suppress it. Be intimate with the process. Be intimate with the process that the world is bringing to you. Experiencing. Love yourself. Show up for all parts of yourself. And be patient with your process. I mean, that's kind of what I put together with these cards, but I'd really love to see what you get with these cards, because, like, I feel like there's so much, and I just can't even go there with all the much. The morality, the lovers, the experiencing, and the patience. This is just a process we're in. It just, like, kind of reaffirms, I feel like, everything that I said. So with that, I'm just going to be done. I'm going to be done for today, but I'd love to hear from you what your experience with this energy is. And book a reading and book a gift certificate for the holidays if you would like to get one for somebody that you love. Check out our new website, GaiaBlooming.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.